interesting choices all around.
Alright, so, wow, this is going to be interesting. Anivia for the whole anticlimactic. You thought this was going to be interesting, but no.
Again, Proto going Fid always lends an interesting twist to it because it makes for a very AP heavy game.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, the only AD they have on their team is Lucian.
We will get Braum for some of that CC. I think you're going to see much more interesting all-in alts for their team with Braum and Fiddle for CC, and then lay down a Lucian alt on top of that. Already to clean up. Always nice to see Guaranteed taking out Shen for those TPs. Shen's so strong. Can make early game especially very interesting. His map awareness is very good. We got Goo, Bones, Feathers, Light.
It's gonna be a good game. Also interesting to note, if you think about the champ mastery disparity, I did not necessarily think there was a huge skill level disparity between the two teams. So I think that has something to say about whether the champ mastery and champ level has anything to do with the champ skill. If you get what I mean. Like, I mean, there was a 407 level Twitch and that Easy held his own. I don't remember what that Easy... Oh, 1 second. I gotta reload. I don't know what level that Easy was, but I don't think it was 407, and he still held his own, so...
Defensive positions for both teams. Everybody keeping a very clear eye on the river. Nobody taking big risks.
There we go. Okay, let me catch up for a second.
Minions have spawned.
Seeing a bit of showdown in the middle here. Feathers versus Tails.
Okay, so if you had to guess, Zac versus Fids as far as jungles, and not necessarily jungles like clearing the jungle, but what they bring to the team. Oh, that was interesting on bot. Who would you say, not knowing anything about Proto and how he jungles or anything like that, just looking at team comp? I mean, they both have kind of lungy engages between...
Yeah, that's a good
Zac
point on
and
engage. Zac is sort of annoying to deal with for the opposing team because he can be kind of tanky. His survivability's there. He can come into a lane, do something stupid, he goes down. But if you don't control the space afterwards, his passive's just going to let him walk away. He's got a bit of CC, so he could just be really annoying, basically, on a gank. On the other hand, like, he's not going to do a whole lot of damage, so he's just sort of slowing things down to make a play happen.
I'm very intrigued to see Xayah played at this level because I have always assumed Xayah to be a fairly weak choice if you're playing against anyone who knows what they're doing. She's very good at zoning, but if you watch her footwork, she's basically got nothing.
Okay.
Because again, so one of her main damage dealers. So every time she has an attack. I'm gonna pretend you don't know anything about Xayah, so forgive me if I'm preaching to the choir. But she does an attack that sends out feathers, and then for the next couple subsequent attacks, her auto attacks also send out feathers. She also has an ability that recalls those feathers to her. And every feather that passes through a champion does damage, and if a certain number of feathers pass through a champion, that champion gets rooted for a couple seconds.
Correct.
So, yes. But what I'm wondering is, if you're playing against champions that are players that are fairly skillful.
Oh, force flash out of her, and Lucian flashing in on this, but Lantern's just gonna let her limp out. Not quite! Oh, excellent engage.
She has no mobility. Her main perk is this CC that she has, but it's utterly useless against anyone that's watching their feet.
So you get a little bit of mobility from Thresh's Lantern, as we saw there. It wasn't quite enough to save her, but it almost did. So good synergy, I think, in their support pick. They have CC complementarity as well with Thresh. So if they can lock someone down, Thresh is so good at controlling the flow of a lane like that. Maybe you'd rather have an ADC that does more damage, you're thinking? Or?
I'm thinking a CC that's not so easily countered.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her main gimmick relies on the obliviousness of the player to their feet. Which, don't get me wrong, in the heat of combat, basically everyone's pretty oblivious, so I guess you can get away with it that way. But it's just, I don't know, it seems...
How effective do you think it is at zoning? I mean, that's another use I could think of for it.
Yeah, I guess zoning.
Just area denial.
Yeah, because you can't go over there because there's feathers on the ground, she's just gonna recall them through you. I guess. Whenever I see her, I'm kind of like, oh, really? Like, I'm just surprised to see her at higher level play because she is so easy.
It just, if you click on her right now and pull up her abilities, is her E flickering on your screen? Like there's a cooldown that's like just flickering constantly, like.
Yes.
Okay.
But it has a cooldown, but she can't cast it because she doesn't have any feathers on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, but even when it's live, it's still flickering.
Oh, it's still flickering. That's really weird. Okay, now it's like, oh, I have a cooldown now. Now I know what I'm doing.
Oh, no, I know what I'm doing.
That's small indie studio.
Yeah, but if you want to pull her up, the cooldown on that blade collar is actually pretty significant. It's almost 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm not saying she's not viable, and I'm sure anyone with any knowledge of this game beyond my unranked ass will probably be able to tell me I'm wrong about how she's played. I will say I think that there's a little bit of a threshold between playing her and playing her well. Like, being able to line up your auto attacks in such a way as to lay feathers down. Because, like, shooting out your,
Oh, here we go again! And the fear landed perfectly! And again, oh, she's very slow to react there. Was she rooted for some reason?
Yeah, she just stopped.
Forces the flash out. Will they engage this Zac here, just in case? And I think everybody wisely goes home. He can't do much here to defend, though. He's gonna be in so much trouble. Gonna take a couple shields here. Plates. That's the word I wanted. Decide back to lane already. Oh, the hook's a creep! That's a classic Thresh move, like using Lantern to get somebody to lane just a little bit faster than you expect, and hooking somebody under turret to set it up. Get a bit of a reversal going on.
Interesting interesting choice for Thresh to stay there because he didn't do anything to deter to protect the turret anyway because he was so low health, and he just popped some pots and stayed. But if he'd gone back, he would be full health now with items, and he had to wait for Xayah to come back anyway from her death.
So that speed up thing was part of it that I mentioned with the lantern and the hook, hoping that, you know, he could catch out a low health red team that had overstayed a little bit. Part of it though also is the experience soak, just not wanting to waste experience. You want to make sure somebody's always in lane to soak up that value. But here they go on the roam, and they don't realize just how much of red is here, I think. It is 4-on-4. Actually, they're going to be a little late here. Whoa! Oh, I'm sorry. I just got fooled by fake fiddle. Inwoods here's flash. Inwoods gets excited. TP
So,
back to mid.
Zach is actually leading for creeps, even though Fiddle has 2 extra assists.
He has been living in the jungle, though. I haven't noticed him around very much.
Yeah, and Fidz did get those 2 assists, which takes time, so.
Huh? They're both jungles are bot here.
And that's a level 6 proto that's waiting.
He wants over the wall so bad here. He's spending a lot of time here. Okay, Dragon is now in play, and he recognizes just how much is missing on the map, even if he doesn't have direct vision. Blue's too nervous to go for it, though. Gonna let Red take the lead on this. Ari, possibly in a bit of trouble, gets laid. Oh! Beautiful proto ult, though. Wow. Easy Dragon now. 3? 3 kills for nothing? 4 kills for nothing?
Did you see Shen ulted in? Did Shen ult or did Shen TP? I think Shen ulted. Yeah, Shen ulted in.
Wow.
I saw a taunt go down. I was like, that's gotta be Shen.
So easy to forget him too when you're opposing him. You look and you think it's 3-3, it's 4-4, we've got this, we've got vision, I can take this fight, and then whoop, nope, somebody's immortal and here is Shen.
And that's such a good call for a good character for guaranteed winner because his map awareness has traditionally been really good.
You thought you would be trapped.
Oh, okay. Nice shield pop from Braum. Still takes a couple turret hits. I think he actually had that shield down before he got hooked.
Yeah.
Interesting roam from Thresh here. Not going to be able to get very much.
Worth mentioning that despite the kill differential, the gold difference is not huge. Blue can definitely come back from this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blue's trying to go in top. Guaranteed really fighting this out and doing very well there. This is where I'm sort of saying that, yeah, he will go down there in the end, and that's sort of what Zac does. Zac doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but he slows everything down, and he keeps Guaranteed from disengaging long enough to get the kill. Braum is getting vision, I think? Okay. Oh, nice. Proto again, just showing this relentless pressure on the map.
It's a wasted ult from Lucian.
Forces flash.
Turret plating will fall soon.
That was a wasted ult from Lucian.
Definitely one of those ults that's tricky to land against a single target, especially when there's no CC.
Agreed. Worth mentioning that for Xayah having died 4 times, she's still neck and neck for creeps.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to see how strong Xayah can be. Back in trouble, has to flash to avoid our charm, tries to blast cone, enormous trouble. Yeah, this is looking pretty one-sided. Wow, red. Disrespect! Oh, you're under turret? I don't care. Got Shelly. Yeah, save a little Shelly for next turret.
All you need is a little Shelly.
Right? And bonk.
Yeah, gets the shot off. Like I said, all you need is
Yep.
a little Shelly. Yeah, but poor Lucian wasn't able to hold down the fort without Braum.
Rip.
My shield is here for you.
Turret for turret then?
Well, turret and a chunk of another turret.
Yeah.
And a couple kills.
Oh, worth, yeah.
But again, the gold differential is neck and neck, which I'm just shocked by given the kills.
True.
Well, I guess if you look at creeps, it makes sense. Blue team is absolutely crushing for creeps.
Not in bot lane. Mid is fairly close. Jungle, I think that's where you're seeing that difference is in creeps, is in jungle, and that's because Fit has just been so present in lane with ganks. It's also where you're seeing the kill difference. 7 assists. Nice Braum ulti. Oh. Proto flashes out just as he's getting Shen ulted.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was funny. Oh, this is the charm. Rip.
Red team has slain.
Yeah, but they got the dragon anyway.
Yeah. They were definitely guarding the perimeter, but hoping for a little extra on the side.
Getting a little greedy.
Yeah. So, again, it's kind of hard to tell as Blue only has 2 kills on their team entire, but who do you start feeding? What do you start banking on in this situation?
It's pretty ripped just as far as champions go. I'm always terrified of a good fed Cal. I think it comes down to either Cal or Zaya, which is interesting because, again, there's only 2 kills. Thresh has one of their kills. That's just embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, getting kills on the ADC is just never a bad call, and I'm not just saying that.
Oh, agreed.
By
Yeah.
the ADCs. But she also is pretty consistently proven to be a fair player.
Righteous. Okay, Blue. What is Blue even doing over there? What was there for them? What? The wrong side of the map.
Yeah, Zaya, I've been pretty impressed with, despite her 0-4-1 score. She's about to get molested.
I was gonna say like 0 for 1. I don't know, but they make it out.
But hey, going toe to toe against a 4-0-3 Ari and coming out even, I mean, that's not a terrible play.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Frozen chicken in trouble. Wow, nice work, Vocal.
Bro.
Wait. I've been saying focal. Is it follicle? Like a hair follicle?
It is follicle.
God damn it. Wow.
It is follicle. Yep.
The shame. Caster's shame.
I remember when I was in 4-H group for the Goat Club, and I got to read the super important 4-H thing at the start of the thing, and I read like, literally for like, I swear for like 15 minutes I read, and at the very end she's like, it's gavel, not gravel.
Oh no!
I must have said that word 15 times, and no one said anything.
Worst feeling.
So this is another game where Proto is not really a breakout star. 3-0-11. I mean, he's been involved.
Oh, on paper, but my gosh, his assists. He was
Yeah,
involved
he's
in
been
7 of their
involved in-
9 kills at one point.
He has been involved in all but one of the kills on Red Team.
His lane pressure has just been, lane presence, I should say, has just been incredible.
Yeah.
And importantly, compared to last game, like it was not very successful. I think in the first game. This game, it's paid almost every time.
Again, yeah, he's been involved in all but one of the kills. He has had a finger in the honey pot, as it were, which I think is just incredible. I mean, so yeah, I don't know how he's doing like gold wise or creep wise or whatever wise, but he certainly has been the player. I would even.
But can we also have an ARAM moment and say champ select GG? Like, why the heck did they come out of that previous game and say, for a second, like, oh yeah, let's give this guy fiddlesticks?
No,
Like, what?
Word. Is this the same team as last time?
No, it's an elimination bracket.
Okay.
So they're currently playing. I think it's 8 teams showdown. I don't remember exactly. I think it's 8. But so they won their game and went on to the next level, and they're currently playing this team, which won the first game, and then the winner goes on from here.
Proto's first death, but they're gonna clean house.
Shen ulti. Blue surrenders. GG. Wow.
I'm surprised it took them this
23-minute clash surrender.
Disconnected.
319 is hard to come back from.
And since they surrendered, we actually get to see the victory screen. Amazing. I still get to vote on 0 of 0 champions as best in the game and click the next button. And my group was once again disbanded for server maintenance. Very kind of you, right? Thank you. I love this polished UI you've got.
Yeah, I mean, also, let's look
Would not have predicted highest damage for blue team. I will be honest.
What is it?
It's not their ADC. It's not Kale. It's not their mage.
Total damage dealt. Wow. Would not have predicted that.
No. Even Braum putting out some decent numbers there. Almost catching Shen there for right at the bottom of their team. Plenty of damage to go around. Really good damage for jungle. From Fiddle. I do want to see Vision score again here. Kind of low for Shen. I'm surprised. Only 10. 50 again from Proto. So common to see him high 40s, low 50s when he plays Fid. But 41 from Braum. Outstanding for 23 minutes. It was 23-minute surrender. 41 vision score on a support. Huge. And again, that's it. Every same player playing support. But Yumi was like, what, 6? I don't even remember on the last game. It was so...
Even on the ADC, 27. I think it was like 13 last game.
Did he pick Farsight this time? Because he didn't have Farsight last time. And I wonder about that decision. He did not. He continues to take Stealth Ward. And stick with Stealth Ward all the way through. I wonder if it's a team call, because they did have one Farsight last time, and it was on their mid laner, because Zed had it. So Nameless takes Farsight, but their ADC doesn't. Maybe that's a deliberate decision they make.
A vision across the board between the two teams. I mean, Shen is a little sparse, but I mean, even mid lane had comparable vision. I mean...
Alright,